Hello, this is Ashi from Crafting with Ashi and welcome to this video. This is the card we're going to be making today. It's just a very simple gatefold card, as you can see. It opens up like that. And then I've got some stamping and some colouring with the blends here. And this is the Magnolia DSP. Okay, so let me show you how this is made. Okay, so let's put that aside there. So the supplies you're going to need. This is Mossy Meadow. And it's an A5 piece of cardstock, so that's half the normal A4 sheet, and I've scored it at let me see, what did I score it at? I scored it at 5 1/4 centimetres on either side. So normally your space here is 10.5 centimetres, so if you divide that by 2, that's 5.25 rather centimetres. So that's what I scored it on either side here. So it's basically makes your gatefold like that. Okay, so then we have some strips of the Magnolia DSP, and these measure 5 centimetres times 14.35 centimetres. And then we've got some of the striped organdy ribbon, and then I've got 2 strips here of what are these? Of Mossy Meadow, and these are just small little strips that measure 2 centimetres, again by 14.35 centimetres. Okay, and then I've got a piece of Whisper White for the centre. So this is 14.35 centimetres by 10 centimetres. But all those measurements will be on the blog post that goes with this video. Okay, so let's get started. I'm actually going to start first with the inside piece. That's the piece that goes in here. Okay, and we're going to be using the Perennial Birthday stamp set, and let me show you that set here. This is that set. Okay, so lots of lovely sentiments in here, and we're using that one there. Okay, so that's the set we're going to be using. Okay, so I'm going to be stamping in some Mossy Meadow ink, because that matches the cardstock on the outside. So just ink that up. Use my grid paper to try and get things as straight as possible. And just don't put too much pressure. Just hold, and there you go. That's fine. Okay, so close up the ink pad, as I always say, so you don't get ink on everything and put your hand in it or something. Okay, so now we're going to use our brown ink. So this is the Early Espresso, and we're going to be using, let's get that out of the way, bring the stamps in, the Good Morning Magnolia stamp set that goes with the suite. And this is it. It's got 2 cases because there's so many stamps. You can see the size of that one. It's a lovely big stamp. Okay, and we're going to be using this flower and that leaf there. Okay, so let me have a look on my original there so I know what I'm doing. So I'm going to stamp these outlines in the Early Espresso. So let's get this more into view. I'm going to stamp one flower somewhere down here. Something like that. Yeah, re-ink it up, and then I'm going to turn this around so I have another one coming in from the top here. Something like that. Yeah, that'll do. Sorry about my hand in the camera. Let's put that stamp away, and now we're going to use the little leaf stamp, and I'm just going to have a few leaves coming in from the edge here. Okay, just like that. So close this up, get that out of the way, put that out of the way. So that's the basic of our background. So now I'm going to colour in and I'm going to be using the Stampin' Blends, and I'm going to be using the Petal Pink, light and dark. Yeah, and I'm going to be using the Mossy Meadow, light and dark. So I'm going to start off with the light Mossy Meadow, light Mossy Meadow, light Petal Pink. I'm going to show you here. I'm just going to don't use a heavy hand, because you'll ruin your nib if you press down like there's no tomorrow. Just gently add colour, and this is the colour. Petal Pink is the colour in the paper, so it all matches beautifully. Okay, so that's the light. So now I'm going to bring in some highlights with the dark. So I'm going to use the pointy end, and just where I think there'd be shadow, I'm going to add in some shadow, and then I'm just going to blend it out again using the Petal Pink, so it looks something like that. So now I'm going to go into the light Mossy Meadow for the leaves. And if you keep your ink as well towards the centre of the leaf, or the centre of the object you're colouring in, because it does tend to bleed a little bit, you'll see it'll bleed towards the edge and it'll cover it. But if you try and go right to the edge, it's going to maybe bleed out. That's the nature of alcohol markers. Okay, so there's our little bit of colouring in the centre. I don't think it looks that bad at all, if I do say so myself. So I'm just going to put that aside and bring back our card base, and we're ready to do some sticking. So let's bring in our 4 strips of paper. Okay, and some adhesive will always be useful. I'm going to use some snail, but obviously you can use your adhesive of choice. So we're ready to do some sticking. So we're going to stick it to, oops, everything's getting stuck to me and everything else. We're going to stick it to these little gates, these little flappy bits here. Okay, on either side. We want to get them sort of even, but don't worry if it's not totally even. I think we spend way too much time striving for perfection, and nothing's ever perfect. Nature's not perfect, you know, life's not perfect, so we're striving for something that's unobtainable. So, you know, you just wasting energy striving for something that's unobtainable. So enjoy and embrace the imperfections, I say. Okay, now we can add in our centerpiece. I'm just going to put some adhesive here. Okay, so that's starting to come together. So now we have our strips of Mossy Meadow and our strips of organdy ribbon. So I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back like that of our strip. And all you're going to do for this is wrap your ribbon around your strip like that. And then, I think I've got a bit too much here, but so I'm going to just cut off the excess. It's wanting to stick to everything but what it's meant to stick to, which is sods law, isn't it? It's always like that. And then you're just going to place that in the centre there, like that. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so there you go. And then if you want, if you don't like it rising up like that, you can just put a little bit of adhesive. I don't want to put much in the centre there, just to stop it rising. Okay, so now I'm going to use these. These are the adhesive back basic sequins. Okay, and I'm going to use the white, and I'm just going to, I always start in the centre. Okay, and you can see that little blemish there that we had. You can hardly see it at all. Okay, so it's the one I made before. That's the one we made today. And you can see the inside colouring of both. You know, so super cute. Thank you for watching and staying with me. If you liked the video, if you could press the like button below so YouTube know, and don't forget to subscribe. If you want any information on this project, you know, all the measurements, etc., it'll be on the blog post that goes with this video, and the links to my website and online shop and everything will be in the description box below. Thank you again for watching, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.